G'day there, mates. My name is Mr. Magilla-cutti. Welcome back once again to my channel. Today, we'll once again be returning to Final Fantasy 16. So in our previous episode, we did some more bounties. No, sorry, not bounties, just some more side quests. Into which we actually led us to learn a bit more about Otto, about his past, and how everyone pretty much owes Sid quite a lot. Plus, we learned a bit more about Torkoal, about how since he acquired his new powers that he needs a bigger feast, so yeah. Just doesn't look the old treat she was getting. But anyway, we need to continue on with the story now. So
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
sorry
Told
about
me
that.
She was building a ship.
Anyway, Otto wanted to speak with us.
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that, in those words.
She did, yes.
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Kanvar by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
So she pretty much just tricked us. That girl.
Obelus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry at all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obelus.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
Let's see, my dear boy. My journey to Kanvar has been a resounding success. The friend I mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of his strongbox with us, but his considerable knowledge of the going on in the free cities, by which I learned of the endeavours of certain young friends of yours. So I for one believe Miss Telemon's project to be quite a valiant enterprise. I doubt the Cavian authorities will take kindly to the unauthorized use of their dockyards, no matter how deserted. And if rumor had already reached my friend, it may not be long before the guildmaster are rapping on our door, which is why I penned to you this note. I would like to borrow your men Gav for a moon or two, that we might keep a watch on those who might mean our little fellowship ill, and warn us of any impending attack. I trust that you will give us this proposal. I trust that you will give this proposal your full consideration.
Trouble in Kanvar.
Yeah.
Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
So let's go get Gav then, shall we?
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway? I could do with getting to Kanvar pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Hopefully. Alright, so we can't go anywhere else. So to the old hideaway den. Sid's legacy. Even though he's dead, Kruko's scars still run deep here.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them. Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goot.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Well, he's certainly an excitable fella. Right then. Onwards. To leave these cliff. A narrow passage through otherwise impassable mountains. Those who have been torn from rock by the very gods themselves. Well then, let's get a move on then, shall we? Use the Dalmekia this time. Let's get a move on then, shall we?
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
New side quest nearby. Yeah, down this way. So this way's blocked off, so we wouldn't be able to get through here, so better just to keep going forward. Wrong button, you idiot. Still, I wonder what the real
This
purpose
used
of
to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Yeah, so let's be careful. Now I forget what I was gonna say. Ah, well. There's some deadly plants up ahead. Ladies. Wasn't sure which one I was on. Ow. Lately I've been seeing some interviews with Yoshi P, one of the directors behind 16. How he's trying to talk more about how combat was the way it is.
So what do you think?
That we'd be lucky to make it out alive.
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
What about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker, but I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Sounds like they're too scared to actually deal with them themselves. But, alright.
I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
Yeah.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
I don't know about you, but I think there's a lot more going on than what they say. But then again, I always have a knack of overthinking things.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
And down goes the bandits.
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart?
Good question. Well, before we look, let's have a look in those buildings. Might be something useful. But by the looks of things, no. Doesn't look like it. Can't even open the doors and wait, let us. Here. We found a cart.
Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
How exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
Yeah, so let me just fishy about those two. No, we're not side quests though, so we can't really question anything. So, let's just leave those two ready as to the cabbages.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
Yep.
The fallen ruin should hold at least. The path continues on the other side.
I've been wondering for a while now. You guys remember that door we opened back near East Pool? I wonder if there's a chance we'll be able to open more of them. I mean, I haven't even looked up any guides on how to, but just wonder if it's possible that we'll be able to do so. Are they gonna come alive? Yep. Oh yeah, they definitely remind me of the Aragon Empire from Final Fantasy 14. Hang on, all to the By the way, wonder how Joshua is doing with Prince Dion. Like, what's going on with their conversation? Haven't heard from them in a while. Again, we haven't been advancing the story much. Still, except Joshua's doing okay. Whoa. The final sin.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes.
What the hell happened?
If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominant sin bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
Then we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I gotta wonder, what did cause that crater? A spell from the gods? Meanwhile, what's happening here? At the seat of the Imperial Court.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it. And I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greager, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
Once again with this woman about lineage, blood, and everything else. Unbelievable.
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
It always seems to be with her about pure-blooded and pretty much those who aren't tainted by magic. As much as I love to rant on, I'm gonna stop. Once I stop, I know I can't stop. But there's one thing I do want to talk about. The Emperor's reaction at the word, at the mention of Ultima. He did look a little bit surprised, though he was quick to regain his composure. But perhaps that's just my imagination. But
infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Call me crazy, but I got a feeling that somehow Ultima is speaking through Annabella. Trying to start chaos.
Nice try. Nice try.
Now, I don't want to continue on with the rank. About Prince Steve. I know what you're thinking. Why doesn't he just stand up to himself more? That's because he's been trained to always obey his emperor. And when someone's stuck in that mindset, it's hard to break, even with so much truth and revelation. He's been taught that his whole life to respect and obey his emperor. So yeah, people who have been trained like that for a while, doesn't matter who they are, be it a parent, someone else they know, it's hard to break that kind of cycle overnight. But I could definitely see that keep pushing Dion too hard, and yeah, he will snap. It's only a matter of time. Look at gate. And you could definitely say that both the Emperor and Annabelle, former Emperor I should say, is really starting to push him over that edge. Question is, what kind of destruction will follow when he reaches that tipping point?
Not much further to Baghdad now.
Because I know it's going to be very soon that he will be reaching that tipping point. You know, put someone so hot before they break. Sorry, before they snap. Still, I wonder what the heck that one's obsession with blood is. But then again, she is pretty much of a high standing house. That sort of nonsense. Ancient sword. Take care of this mob first. Not so much for getting the ones up there. Was I? Gear. That's right. Ancient sword. So from the ancient thorn. Looks like a regular blade at me. Well, the fact that you could upgrade it, well, that would be a different story entirely. But I doubt it. Let's have a look to see what's in here, shall we? Though I think we're probably supposed to be a den for another bounty mark. Is there nothing? Still more here. Yeah, right, that's the effect I wanted. Bye-bye. Alright, let's get back on the main road, shall we? Don't want to go too far off track.
More refugees.
And they're all making for the crystalline dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
Living in certain lifestyle for so long, that they're not going to live without it. But things are still going to get wise. Because, think about it. Even if they destroy the last two remaining mother crystals once dead, they won't be able to get their supply of crystals, true. But they would still be the bearers. And they would hunt them down to at least make sure they have that comfy lifestyle. Of course, there'll be those who will just still keep killing bears, keep pushing it at limits until they're all gone. Want them.
There are no crystals here. We have to keep going.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Mm-hmm.
Trader's boss. No passage.
So they might be able to go through.
For hire. The best service.
What do you think, girl?
Yeah. Can't live without the crystals. And they still show bearers no more respect because they still stealing the snuck tools. Where people got that line of thought, I don't know, but it really disgusts me. Let's get moving, shall we?
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait.
I think we already got the enhancer. But we do need another meteor, right?
Fine choice.
Betrayal.
May Gilbert smile upon you.
Thanks. Crimson caravans. Real and celestial. Just gonna have a quick look around here before we call that an episode. Don't want to go any further in case we can run into another long cutscene.
Bloody crimson caravans.
Hurry, man. I must leave for the Dominion post haste.
I am hurrying, my lord.
And lords still trying to be lords.
I hear the brothers found another victim. Can you believe it? I believe it, all right. What's that? The third this month?
The brothers.
Ah, a soldier like yourself could do with hearing this. If ever you see a couple of brothers up in Lateney's Cleft, you just pass them right on by.
And why's that?
Because they're duplicitous bastards who make cutthroats and footpads look like upstanding citizens by comparison. What they do is befriend a passing merchant, someone new to the area, and steer them straight into the arms of bandits. The merchant dead and his murderers busy bickering over the poor bastard's wares. The brothers set to sweet-talking some other unsuspecting fool, a warrior. Now, the brave soul charges into the footpad's den thinking he's doing the realm a favour, and when he's done, the brothers sweep in and loot the bandits and dead merchant both.
Yeah, there's a lazy sort of cunning to it, I suppose. You'd think they'd run out of bandits eventually.
So close to Bocla? Not bloody likely.
I suppose you're right. Anyway, if you run into them, you steer clear. Or better yet, give them a damn good hiding.
I really wish I had. Thanks for the warning.
I flippin' knew it. Yeah, there was something wrong with those two. So that's their scheme. Cunning, ruthless, and overall disgusting.
Our new arrivals.
Yeah, Clive's right. And I agree with Clive, but I really wish we did go by hiding. Oh, hello. Sand and stone. Nice. Oh, another one. Alrighty then, people. But that's gonna have to do it for today's episode. Any further, and I'll run out of time. I got my new tower, but sadly, without the right equipment, I can't exactly hook it up. Sucks, but as they say, patience is a virtue. And I just want to get this new equipment, but I don't want to spend an arm and a leg just trying to get in it, you know. But anyway, that's gonna have to do it for me. Hope you did enjoy. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy it, please do remember to hit that like button. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and show support for the channel. I would very much appreciate that. And with that being said, I better get going. Lots to do, and so little to do it then. Thank you all again. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care of yourselves and drive safe with other people. Bye-bye, take care, and have a good time.